games. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Cowboys, they've got all W's on the ledger so far, a perfect 6-0.
Yeah, still a long way to go in this season, but they're showing everyone early on that they intend to be there in the end.
Wide receiver with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Rams are going to take a first-quarter lead. So a heck of a start to this one. We haven't even gotten settled in already in the end zone on the opening kickoff.
And you know what happens, too? Now you got to translate what that means, because I think for the team that just scored, their defense, I think they'll be more aggressive now. They'll be bolder. They're playing with a lead and an early one and some momentum. So if you're the offensive coordinator on the other side of the field, you'd better be prepared for some heavy pressure coming your way. They're going to try and get another big score and a big one early.
First down, Prescott. And his first pass is incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. And now it's second down. A second down throw for Prescott. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The Rams go nickel here defensively on third. Prescott to throw it, and he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Jalen Smith out of Notre Dame. Partner, that's got to be one of the best stories in the NFL, seeing him out on the field.
Yeah, it really is. That injury that he had during the bowl game against Ohio State, boy, that hurt his draft stock. So nice to see him out there.
I had him rated as the top player in his class in 2016 before his injury. He ends up going in the second round, and now he's starting to make the plays we expected to see.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs.
He went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key first down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL, and a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding. That's a loss of 8 yards there to bring up third. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
I'm not sure they could have had a better call there for the defense. Blitz was called, and they're setting up for a draw. When you're blitzing, you're likely to beat them to the punch because they're going to take a little extra time to set up. Talk about the offensive line. In this case, you'll get into the backfield before they can get set up.
Look at the time. And that is incomplete. Charles, that's an important third down stop. You don't want to spot him 2 touchdowns here early.
You're trying to slow momentum down. You've already given up the score. They're coming right back at you. You're exactly right. Being able to hold them there and force a decision on 4th down, that's big for the defense.
And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us want to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit. Taking over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
And out now come the Cowboys. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. So 2nd and 10 here. Throwing again, Prescott on 2nd and 10. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up, loose football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
Now Prescott. He's got the hook up here on the comebacker, complete. They'll get 16 yards there, and it'll be a Dallas first down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
They go play action here on first down. He completes it to Julio Jones. 12 yards there as they move the chains. On 1st and 10, Prescott escaping the pressure right. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On 2nd down, Prescott again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. From the red zone now, Prescott. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And it's a fumble. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
They'll come out throwing here to start under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player. And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's got time. He's going to loft one deep left side here. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
To throw is Prescott. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. 11 yards on the pickup, and that leads to a Dallas first down. First down, Prescott. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
And this one's incomplete. 2 yards to go here on third down. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got a decision to make here on fourth down and 2. So they'll pass on what would have been a 49-yard field goal attempt, and they're going for it on fourth down. Prescott to throw on fourth. It's caught. Jones. Give him 6 on the play. And on fourth down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. Prescott looks to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. Let's go. Second down, Prescott. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And he comes back with one complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Ohio! Here we go! Grand 38! Grand 38! Flag round! Ohio!
A first down throw for Prescott. That's caught at the 3. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
They come out here in the eye. On second down, Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. And that score will do it. He is now the most prolific touchdown rusher of all time.
When they always talk about a runner who has a nose for the end zone, this player exemplifies that statistic. And now it's been quantified. The all-time touchdown rushing record in the NFL.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Oh, spinning away. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, You're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves them with 3rd down and just a yard to go. So 1 yard to go here on 3rd down.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away.
After watching that play and result, I go back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator, Brandon, before the game and said, how are you going to move the ball running it against the #1 defense? He gave us no indication, didn't tip his hand at all, so we have to see how this unfolds as this game moves along.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. Well, they brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
Prescott to throw it. He's got his man on the crossing route. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. He's going to float this one deep right side. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Here we go. Split round.
Throwing again, Prescott on 2nd and 10. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on.
He had pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. And they brought the pressure there just right up the gut, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. And, you know, when you've got so many different responsibilities as an offensive line, you got to deal with the nose tackle, the 2 defensive tackles or ends, and then sometimes you just can't account for everyone. The linebacker slipped free.
They're going to look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. And that one good for 16, and the drive will continue. 2 minutes to play here in the 1st half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Larry Ridley in Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll make it a 2nd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him. As if he didn't have enough to think about, On that route, the comeback route, coming back to the football and catching it, decided to make sure he toe-tapped and kept himself in bounds.
And that was spectacular, but on the comeback route, maybe a little easier to deal with the sideline since you've got better vision of it.
I think that's a great point because you should know exactly where you're going and know how much space you have and make sure you get your feet down. But, yeah, coming back to the football, I like it. Good vision.
Back to throw now on first down. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. He's dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
Surveying the field, and that's incomplete. He was looking for Todd Gurley, and that takes us from second to third down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or 2 in and bats it away.
6 plays got him down here. This is play number 7, 3rd and goal. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. He's got time in the pocket. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And Lambeau will put this one through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So 3 points is the outcome, but probably not what they're looking for given the drive that they were on.
Yeah, things were looking good. You had it 1st and goal, but then the offense sputters a bit, and they're forced to settle for a field goal.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
The Pro Bowler Chris Harris is in on the tackle. They're going to hurry back to the line now. They go to Elliott again. And some room to maneuver. And they will finally catch him, but not before he gets it to the 11. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Now a play fake here on first down. This will be caught at about the 6. A gain of 6 there on first. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. One man in the backfield, Elliott. A second down throw for Prescott. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw in that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
Let's go!
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game.
Jeez, don't you at least want your guys to get a drink of water? Probably pretty thirsty. Whatever, your wish, our command.
Third quarter now. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Here's the defense for Los Angeles as they head out to set up shop. They had a pretty solid first half. Not many adjustments, but I guess there's probably always some adjustments that can be made.
Usually it's just tightened down on the things we've worked on all week in practice. Everyone thinks adjustments are bringing in something absolutely new. For the most part, it's tweaks or just emphasizing what you've worked on already. And that's what they're planning to do here in the second half.
They won't be looking to reinvent the wheel. Here's Elliott. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. Malik Jackson there to make the stop.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. And the big tight end shifting around. Again, it's Elliott. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. But they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And Jones has it over the middle. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
Here we go.
From the red zone now, Prescott. He completes it to Jones. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a first and goal.
Let's go.
Prescott now. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up a second and goal.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks.
And the ref goes under the hood, puts the headset on for the often dreaded did the ball cross the plane review.
So difficult because all it takes is a portion of the ball crossing the plane for it to count. But you've got to get the right angle, and right now the official is hoping to get a lot of help from the guys in New York.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. They'll run it with Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott unable able to punch it in. And this Rams defense comes up with a goal line stand. So he needed the short yardage, Charles. He elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer third, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are stacked up by the defense and there's nowhere to go, so you have to bounce it outside. And some backs just get impatient. They want to go to where they think there's more open territory instead of going where the play was actually blocked. In any case, it didn't work here.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And while they hope to continue this drive, it's really already mission accomplished. They've given enough space now that if they have to punt the ball, they've done so with that first run.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. They give them 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only come.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever.
And that one puts them on top here in the third. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This fielded at the 2. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They'll come out in the pistol. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Looking to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Call that a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Here's Jordan Berry now. Standing right on his own 5-yard line.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
Taking it about the 16. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position where we were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. Again to Elliott. And he is going to lose yardage here. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. And they're going to speed things up here. They come out here in the I. Little motion now from the tight end. On third down, Elliott. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1. Back now in Los Angeles. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the fourth. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is
taking it right down Broadway. And he's going to be marked down deep in Dallas territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 63 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
They give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. So backed up to the 6 now. 3rd and goal. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Here we go.
Back to throw here. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Their big-bodied receiver. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. And now here come the Cowboys. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. And a new set of downs here after picking up the 1st on the ground. And quickly they get to the line. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Elliott running right. And an alley to run. Cuts it out. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. And they will finally catch him, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. And now the offense operates in the red zone. And now they're in the hurry-up. 1st and goal from the 8. Now Elliott. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
They come out here in the eye. They'll try the right side with Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. Nice execution there. Good job by the O-line getting him in for the second time.
And you always have to start with credit there when you're having a big game. I mean, you don't get there by yourself. That's rare. But how about the ability to see the proper holes, pick the proper place to go, and find his way into the end zone?
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle? Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Even score late in the fourth. Let's see if the defense can play within themselves, not give up the big play and contain, and keep this knotted up.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. A lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. They'll look to throw now on first down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. He'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's brought down. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense.